Good morning, friends. Yesterday we took up one topic with some important statement of cost. Now yesterday I took up I considered this information for the purpose of preparation of our cost sheet. Just please go through class number 21 to have a total understanding of the cost sheet. First part of the cost sheet, what were included in that. First of all, I have already told you that cost has got two dimensions, two specific segregation. One is direct cost and the other one is overhead. Direct costs are identifiable costs, overhead are non-identifiable costs. We told it many times. Now prime cost has got three elements: direct material, direct labor and direct expenses. And direct material, direct labor and direct expenses constitute prime cost. Okay? So direct material, under this head we took up the raw material consumed. Okay? And while considering raw material consumed, what exactly the amount of raw material, we found out opening stock, at purchase of raw material, less return of the raw material, at brokerage on purchase, at railway freight and charges and insurance, and from that we deducted cost sheet, and thereby we got 101, that is the amount of raw material consumed for the purpose of production during this period. Then came direct labor. Direct labor is the identifiable labor, and under the amount was manufacturing wages 40,000 and outstanding wages 12,000, so it was 52,000. But there was an advance payment of wages and then 8,000. So we got the figure manufacturing wages 44,000. The detail was given initially, but I rubbed this part to manage some space. Then came direct expenses. In direct expenses we have got royalty on production, it is 10,000. Thereby we have got prime cost. Clear? So that is the part that we have got the prime cost. Now this is the statement form of cost sheet. So it is the cost sheet. Okay, this is the statement of cost. Now this cost sheet has been transferred to manufacturing account. You know how the manufacturing account is a part of the final account prepared by an industrial unit. I have told you, final account is that which gives the final results of the transactions taking place during a particular period concerned. Okay. Now there are two types of organization, business houses. One is trading organization, which are concerned with only purchase and sale of goods, no transformation. So that is known as trading organization. And industrial organizations are those which are concerned with purchase of raw material, conversion of raw material to finished goods, and then selling of the finished goods. That organization, that is manufacturing organization, producing organization, industrial units is concerned with the manufacturing of product. So they prepare this cost sheet. This type of cost sheet they prepare, and they do prepare manufacturing account. This manufacturing account is the same type of account which you have already learned on trading account and profit and loss account. What trading account we did? In trading account we dealt with the finished goods. Okay, purchase of finished goods. There what we did in the debit side we usually write the opening stock of the goods. In the credit side, closing stock of the goods. In the debit side, purchase of material, purchase of goods or purchase less return, and all purchase related expenses. So we write all these things in the debit side. Here in our problem also. Now you see what we have done. The purchase part of this, the material part has been done first. That is the opening stock of raw material, the debit side, credit side, closing stock of raw material. Okay. Then purchase of raw material 1 lakh, and return on purchase, return of materials purchased 6,000. So net purchase of raw material is 94,000. Clear? And then you see the brokerage on purchase 4,000, brokerage on purchase and freight and insurance 5,000. So the total debit is 1,13,000 relating to the material consumed. And from that we have deducted the closing stock. So I have written it on the credit side. Now the debit side is 1,30,000, credit side is 12,000. So the difference is 1,01,000, and that is nothing but the raw material consumed during the period, and that is known as the direct cost for the period ending on 30th 12 2019. Then comes direct labor. Now what you do, direct labor is added to direct materials. Okay, so that is raw material consumed or the direct material has been brought down over here. So it has been, as we did in that case, the gross profit was transferred to the credit side. In that way, this is that it is nothing but the carrying. It is the balancing, and now it is carrying. It is brought down. It is bringing down the balance. Now it is 1,01,000. Clear? Now manufacturing wages. It is manufacturing wages of 40,000. Written over there. Now outstanding 12,000. The total is 52,000. Out of that, 5,000 has been made in advance, paid in advance. So neat manufacturing wages is 44,000. Clear? And then comes the royalty on production. That is direct expenses. Okay. Now the total is now direct material, direct labor, direct expenses. Totals 1,55,000. So there is nothing. So this is the total amount of prime cost. Clear? So you may in different books you can see that instead of segregating this, I have made a detailed accounting. Raw material consumed has been sold absolutely separately, and it has been carried out. If you like not to toil so much, you can delete this part and you may total this one. Okay, and write the prime cost instead of this segregation. But my friend, accounting is the language of the business. Better the language, better will be the understanding of the behavior of the organization. Okay, in terms of money, in terms of transaction, in terms of service. So I have made detail. So you can say, Sai, you have made a detail of raw material. Why? In that case, manufacturing wages here 40,000. Here you should write outstanding manufacturing wages CD, and now here you should write advanced manufacturing account. In the coming part, in the coming session, advance will come down over here, and outstanding will go down over there. Okay. So since we are in the beginning, I am not making so much complex. Okay. So just since it is a bigger item, so I have made this one raw material consumed. Raw material consumed has been brought down over here. Then I have added manufacturing wages and then direct expenses and production. We have got the time cost. Clear? So that part I think you might have understood in detail. Then, and these things we did in our last case. Clear? You see, it was in the statement form, raw materials, labor, and direct expenses. Then we have to add factory overhead. Here also we have to add factory overhead. Okay. Then you should, what you have to do, you should make the detail. Okay, detail of all this. Detail of all this should be written over here in the inner column, and then it should be put in the outer column. Since we are not getting any space, I am rubbing this part and I am putting these items. Okay. Just so friend, just in between you should have go through, revisit your memory and try to understand what I have already said out. Okay, now to prime cost. Okay, brought down. Prime cost brought down. How much? 1,55,000. Then do production overhead. Try to understand it properly, friends. Okay. Fuel and power. Fuel, I am writing in short. Okay. Fuel and power. Fuel and power 5,000. Fuel and power 5,000. Rate. Electricity. Rate how much? 8,000. Electricity 6,000. Lighting and heating, L and T I am writing, L and H. Lighting and heating, how much? 4,000. Salaries to work staff. Salaries to work staff, how much it is? It is 15,000. Salaries to works manager, it is 20,000. Then which is to Darwan? Which is to Darwan? 8,000. Repairs to plant and machinery. Repairs to plant and machinery 4,000. Depreciation on factory building, that is 5,000. Depreciation on plant and machinery 6,000. Depreciation on 6,000. So friends, this is the total of the production overhead. Okay. How much it is? It is 81,000. Yes. Now you see. Now, what is the total of this? Two lakh 23,000. Right? 2,36,000. Here also it is 2,33,000. Yes. Now this is our, what is that? Prime cost and product. To that, when we have added production cost, production overhead, it becomes by production cost or works cost or factory cost. Okay, factory cost. It is CD. CD, how much? 2,36,000. I think so. You have got these two parts. First of all, there are basically what I have already told you yesterday. Prime cost, production cost has got two dimensions. One is prime cost, and the other one is factory overhead. Prime cost has got three segregation: direct material, that is raw material consumed, then direct expenses, and direct labor and direct expenses. So all these things have been done. I have, for our convenience, to have a detailed analysis, detailed reporting, we have made raw material consumed in one section. Then we have to that we have added direct material, direct expenses, and then direct labor and direct expenses. We have got prime cost, and to prime cost we have added production over there. Now we have got the total production cost. Now, now I am adding something that I have not told you yesterday. Every organization, the producing organization or trading organization, whatever it may be, whatever the nature of activities is there, one thing we should know that it is a running organization. Okay. At the end of the year, whenever you are preparing, so it is the date 31st 12 19. Okay, that is our closing date. On the closing date, are you sure that what you have purchased have already been sold out? Certainly not. There must be some closing stock in hand. Whenever the closing stock is in our hand, that should be the opening stock in the following year, in the next year. So opening stock will be our source, another source which would be utilized for the purpose of selling in the coming year. In the same fashion, in a producing concern, so raw material which is being used, some remain unused, so that is unused raw material, that is closing stock of raw material, that should be deducted from the total purchase and total available storage of raw material, and to that we should add opening raw material. In the same fashion, when the production activities are carried on, say our production is carried on, our reporting date is 31st 2019. Are you sure that you have completed the production of all items which you wanted to? Certainly not. Some part of the production, the material which are going to be produced, a part may be not finished. Okay. So there are two parts of goods. One is finished goods and others are non-finished goods. The goods which are non-finished, that is known as semi-finished or work in progress. So the production, as a result of production activity, we get some finished goods, and some work in progress are there. Work in progress means some works have been done, but the product has not been fully prepared, fully produced. That is work in progress, and that is known as semi-finished goods, okay, or unfinished goods. Now the cost which we have shown, it is the total cost which have been incurred in the factory. Okay, there is one part is prime cost and the other part is factory overhead. But the total cost which we have effected, there some goods remain remain not completed. That is unfinished goods. So unfinished goods should be deducted from that part. What is our objective? Our objective is to find out the cost of sales of the goods sold. Mind it, cost of sales of the goods sold. The goods, those have not been finished. Can they be sold? Certainly not. There is no reason. No argument is there that it would be sold. So that part remain unsold. Why? Because that part has not been finished. That is much more manufacturing activities are to be carried on that. So that is why what we do from this cost, the factory cost, we should deduct the closing work in progress. So closing work in progress, it is the total factory cost, my dear friend, total factory cost of the factory cost effected or incurred this year. Clear? But we are interested to find out the cost of the finished goods and the cost of the goods sold. In order to that, what we have to do, we have to deduct the unfinished goods from here. So that is why what we should, I am carrying it over here. Just you see that what I have done. I am going to do to say production cost BD. How much? It is 2,33,000. Now I am deducting the closing work in progress. Closing work in progress. What is the amount of closing work in progress? I have given this. The closing work in progress is 21,000. Just you see. By doing this, what we have got? 2,23,000 is the total factory cost. 2,23,000 is the total factory cost affected this year, made this year. Out of that, this part, that is 21,000, has not been finished. So it should be deducted because we have to find out the production cost of the finished goods. Okay, production cost of the finished goods. So this has been deducted and it is written in the credit side. What is being closed? What is the closing amount? As closing amount is also there, as is there must be some opening also. The opening finished goods, that is the finished goods which were in our hand on 1/1/2019. We might have carried some work on it. That is why that is closed. So the amount, some part, as this 21,000 is the closing work in progress this year, and this amount will be added in the coming year. Okay, and in the same fashion, the last year's opening stock, closing stock, that is opening finished goods, opening unfinished goods. Sorry, work in progress. It is how much? It is how it is given as 15,000. It should be added to that. So work in progress should be added, and closing work in progress, opening work in progress should be added, closing work in progress should be deducted, and thereby you would get the closing factory cost of the goods finished. Okay, so our exact objective is that we have to find out the so it is how much? 2,48,000. Now what is the difference? 2,27,000. That is the production cost of the goods finished. C. Okay, so that is the production cost, and this part, and our manufacturing account shows this one. Okay, the manufacturing that what it is written, you see the production cost of the goods finished. So manufacturing activities have already been completed and the expenses incurred. What is that amount? This amount is 2,27,000. Whenever you are preparing, it is manufacturing account, and that is why we have done in that way. In case of cost sheet, we have found out here total. Okay, production cost, factory cost or works cost, total this much. Now to this we should add opening work in progress, and we should deduct closing work in progress, and you will get this amount. So this is the part of production cost, of the goods finished. Okay, friends, if you go to the book, you will see that no such detailed classification is done. All these, it is, I basically try to do this in this fashion. But if you go through the book, no such clarification will be there. I am telling you what you will get. You will get in the debit side raw material consumed, opening stock of raw material, at purchase, less return, less closing stock of raw material, then all the purchases, all the expenses relating to purchase, brokerage, railway freight, and then manufacturing, we just add outstanding, less advance, then royalty and production. Okay, this much. And again, very few author might have segregated this part as products by prime cost, and to prime cost you may add this one. To prime cost you should add this, all this, and here they write opening work in progress, and here they write closing work in progress. and you get the total production cost of the goods finished. Okay. But my friend's suggestion, and my suggestion to my friends, try to make it a clear presentation of the issues, because each and every thing should be delineated properly. As because accounting, when someone is asked, "How are you?" so he will say, "Oh, who?" So you cannot understand how he is. But if the person clearly spells out, this is my problem, that's I am happy, that's all. So clarity in speaking, clarity in language gives us clear information as to the functioning of the organization, and this helps us to make proper decision making with regards to the activities of the organization, regarding the future planning, performance, and on all related issues. So try to have better, in order to have better understanding of the accounting aspects, accounting documents, they should be very clear as possible, as simple as possible. More the simplicity and clarity, more effective would be the decision making. That is why, my friend, this is my suggestion, please do that. So now, so I have completed cost sheet, okay. I have also shown manufacturing account, okay. We have done trading account, we have done profit and loss account, and now we have completed manufacturing account. Manufacturing is only prepared by the manufacturing organization, industrial unit. Now to that part, to this one, we should add administrative expenses. Okay, we should add administrative expenses. By adding administrative expenses, what we would get? We would get the closing. The cost of production. You have written all this. I am making a structure of what I am going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow I will give you further information, and I will take up this cost sheet in other detail. Here, so what we have got? We have got the production cost of the goods finished. I am making a structure, okay? 2,33,000, 2,27,000. It is 2,27,000. Now we should add to these administrative expenses. Administrative overhead. Administrative overhead, all the overheads which are related to what? Which are related to administration and management. Okay, and by adding this, say it is some amount. Say it is if you add all this, you are getting it how much? Say 33,000. Say. So it is 2,60,000. Okay. It is what? You have got the cost of production. Total. Now just think it. This is the cost of production we have got. I have already told you what is the difference between cost of production and production cost. Production cost has got two segregates. One is prime cost and the other one is factory overhead. Okay, and cost of production is production cost plus administrative overhead will be equals to cost of production. Now, what is our objective? Our objective is to find out the cost of goods sold. Are you sure that the total goods which have been produced this year have been sold out? It is certainly not, it does not. Generally, a part of the goods remain unsold. As a part of the goods remain undone, that is unfinished goods is there, so also there is some storage of finished goods at the end of the station, and again there must be some opening stock at the initial part, the inaugural day of the year. So we should add opening finished goods. Say it is how much? Say 20,000. So it is 2,80,000, and in the same fashion we must have closing finished goods. Say it is 30,000. So what we are getting? We are getting the cost of production of the goods sold. So this is the amount of goods which you have sold. Clear? Now just try to understand properly. We have found out total cost of production. But all the good, a part of the goods not may be finished, and that the cost has already been added to that. So that part should be deducted. And there might have been some opening stock on which some works have been done, and the value of the opening stock should be added. And that is why opening work in progress should be added to the total production cost, and closing work in progress should be deducted, and thereby we have got this one. That is the cost of production of the finished goods. And the cost of production of the finished goods, that is the goods that have been finished, but you are not to that we should add the administrative overhead, and thereby you have got the total cost of production. This is the total cost of production of the goods sold and the cost of production of the goods unsold. Okay, the finished goods that have not been sold should be deducted, as because we have to find out the cost of sales. Okay, cost of sales, that is the cost of sales, the goods that have been sold, what is their actual cost. And that is why two work in progress, two cost of production, we should add opening finished goods, and we should deduct the closing finished goods. And this is the amount of goods that have been sold. Okay, that is the cost of the goods that have been sold. And to that we should add selling overhead. What is the item of selling overhead? Say Bocarizon sales, say and many others. And I'll add distribution overhead, transportation, and many other. Okay. Say it is 8,000 and it is 6,000. Say so. What is it? It is 14,000. Okay. Now this is the cost of sales. 2,64,000 is our cost of sales. Okay. Now that is the completion of the cost sheet. And our cost sheet targets to find out this. Okay. Now you see, just I am making a total presentation of what I have done so far regarding cost and cost sheet and manufacturing account. First of all, what is cost? Cost is the money expenditure incurred for getting anything. If you want to get something, you have to give up something. What you give up? It is cost. And we should consider only those sacrifices which are considerable, which are measurable in terms of money, and that is not cost. So far as accounting aspect is concerned, we should consider the cost refers to all the money expenditure, all the sacrifices which are financially measurable, and it is cost. Now these costs are segregated into two parts. One, there are identifiable costs, and other are non-identifiable costs. Identifiable costs are those costs which can be spelled out per unit of production, and non-identifiable costs which cannot be spelled out easily to the particular unit of production, and it is distributed among the total production in some different basis. And this prime cost has got all the direct costs have got three elements: direct material, direct labor, direct expenses, and so also indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses. Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses constitute prime cost, and indirect material, indirect material, indirect labor, indirect expenses constitute overhead. Clear? Overhead is segregated under different functional part: production overhead, that is manufacturing overhead, administrative overhead, selling overhead, and distribution overhead. Now, considering all these things, we prepare our cost sheet. So, cost sheet has first part: direct material. Direct material means raw material consumed, opening stock, add opening stock, less closing stock, then add all the costs relating to the purchase of material, raw material consumed. Then we should add direct labor. Direct labor means the manufacturing wages, and any outstanding or advance would be adjusted, and direct expenses. We get the prime cost. To prime cost, we should add production overhead. The production overhead, that is all the indirect expenses incurred in the factory. That is known as production overhead. That should be added to prime cost. So prime cost plus production overhead constitute production cost. That is the production cost of the total production cost. But a part of the goods may not be finished in full, and there is no question of selling them. So that should be deducted. Okay. So closing work in progress should be deducted, and in the same fashion, opening work in progress should be added, and we get the production cost of the goods finished. Then all the goods finished, we should add administrative overhead. We should add administrative overhead, and by adding administrative overhead, we are getting the cost of production, total cost of production. But our objective is to find out the cost of sales. The goods that have not been finished, there is no question of selling. The goods, there may be some finished goods which may be in stock. So from that cost of sales, cost of production, we should deduct the closing over finished goods, and we should add opening work in progress, opening finished goods. And by adjusting, we are getting the figure, and this figure is the cost of goods sold. And selling and distribution overhead should only be added to those goods which have been sold. The goods which are in stock, there is no question of adding selling overhead. Say selling overhead, you are giving brokerage on sales. There is an expenditure, okay, or transportation of goods carried out over. These are selling and distribution related expenses. The goods which are in your stock are not subject to should be burdened with that amount. So we are cost of goods, cost of total production. We should add opening work in progress and less closing work in progress. We have got the cost of goods. To cost of goods, we should add selling overhead or selling expenses and distribution expenses. Okay, and thereby we are getting closing the cost of sales. And to cost of sales, we would add our expected profit percentage, and thereby we will get the sales price. So that is more or less about everything with regards to cost sheet. Tomorrow, I will take some, much more information to complete this one. Okay. So thank you, friend. Thank you very much. I think you have taken up the material which I have told you. I may be a bit fast because I have done. I have made huge deliberation. I have made huge deliberation on these topics. So please go through. If you have queries, let me know in your comment, and try to understand the topic minutely. Go through, have a practice, and the books. I have given you a number of books for your reference and for your practice. You can follow that. Any problem may be communicated, should be communicated. It will be cleared in due course. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Tomorrow I will have the class on first. There will be no class. Okay. And on 2nd January we will have a normal class. Okay. Thank you very much.